Hi everyone, welcome to The Grind. We are so excited to be back together to talk about this week's message. And this week we heard Pastor Ed speak on treasures in heaven. But before we start talking about the message and break it down, I want to start us with an icebreaker question. You know, fun fact, I actually never answered this question before because I tend to ask this question and never answer it.
Because you don't have an answer for it, or
sometimes, you know, but you know, I haven't really thought about it, but you know, actually still haven't thought about it. But the building's on fire. What are 3 items you'll take with you? See, I use that as an icebreaker question, but I've never answered it.
You know, actually what's funny is that in my life, I experienced one fire here in Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And you had to leave.
And what did you take with you?
Yeah.
Just me. And the family. It was a long time ago. It was the building where the transformer thing in Quarry Bay.
Oh.
Oh, there.
That one.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. 3 things.
3 things. And does not include your human beings, just
Human
3
beings.
items. You know, don't say like I saved my wife, my 2 kids, and then
Don't say you can save your wife and 2 kids.
yeah, or you know,
Okay,
your parents.
erase
or
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So 3 like physical items.
For me would be my documents, passport, marriage certificate, and stuff. It's just a hassle if you leave it there and it's burnt.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Wow, so practical.
I really like
my
how
wallet because of the ID.
I really like how in a fire you're going, what's gonna save me from the most hassle after this is done?
Exactly.
Like, forget I have nowhere to sleep. Think, do I have to go to immigration? Call
you
the
need,
bank?
You know, you need those anyway when you're gonna be like, okay, let's go for a hotel. Okay, where's my passport? See? And yeah, my ID.
This is clearly a married man.
Yeah, with kids and
kids.
responsibilities.
And my last one is my guitar.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
His documents and his.
I was gonna say my safe. We don't have a safe.
That's kind of funny.
Pastor
Very
Petrina, what are you gonna take?
Oh, I actually didn't think about my documents and my passport.
No, he's already answered documents. You can't
That's
say
why I
that
won't say
anymore.
that. I would say maybe my box of letters, in the sense like over the years, like people you know, have written cards and like encouraging notes, and I put them in a box. So I would save that because I think once that goes up in flames, I'm never gonna get that again. So.
Ask those people to write you again. The exact same letter.
Because I also kind of forgot who wrote it, so it's like you wrote it. I was like, what? Really? Like, yeah, like last year. That would be one item.
Okay.
I want to say a box of earrings.
You mean the one from Latvia?
Yeah. Because I'm just thinking like stuff that's in boxes I can just carry that's easy. Or I have a
Oh, that's
Right.
true.
So that's why like these things are in boxes. Like my earrings are in boxes. My, you know, like in the box. My stuff is in the box, and my nail polish is in a.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Actually, I wouldn't care much about my nail polish, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna bring makeup with you.
No,
Yeah,
that
something
one
that's
can be
flammable
visible.
too.
And I mean, technically, Bibles can be replaced, but then there's this one Bible that I'll take with me because it's like I colored all over it, and
Oh, okay.
and I think it's got my notes, and it's not just a Bible; it comes with memories too. So I think I'll take that Bible with me. There's so many items I would take, but I'm just like stuck right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I have one Bible that I would bring.
Oh,
It
yeah?
just reminded me, yeah.
What is it?
It's a gift from someone. It's
Your
very
wife?
precious. No. The guitar is for my wife. Thanks, babe.
I see.
I have a shirt signed by some Liverpool legends.
That just reminds me, I would bring my my Snow
Yeah, go
Patrol
on.
drumsticks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Drumsticks?
No, I caught like drumsticks from Snow Patrol concert.
Oh, okay.
They will definitely go up in flames, but yeah, I'll take that. But yeah.
Okay.
That just reminded me.
I have a shirt signed by some Liverpool legends. So that's coming
pretty-
with me.
Yeah.
And some of my movie posters, because you can't buy them anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Nice. What movie poster?
Batman v Superman. There's a the signed Transformers one from that time we met Tucci. I'll probably just bring this.
Aww.
What is that?
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
From a special someone.
Somebody.
It's already on you. Why do you take it off? Ah.
Because I take it off when I get home.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't wear it all
Like
the
a
time.
normal person.
Bear in mind, he doesn't wear it all the time.
Thanks. Thanks for throwing me under the bus.
Way to go.
This is on the internet now.
We know we love you. We're just,
Sure. Yeah, of course.
But yes, it's on the internet, and yes, they call me the bus driver. Just kidding. All right. People get thrown under the bus, throw other people under the bus, okay? You know how hurt people?
Okay,
Yeah,
right, that's how this works.
Okay, that's how this works. Okay, all right. Anyways, moving on with life. Okay, so, all right, so Pastor Red is basically, as he talked about treasures in heaven, basically treasures are things that are precious to us. And obviously, the reason why God provides for our needs is so that we share with other people as well. And, earthly riches, they are temporary, and they give us a false sense of security. But then sometimes, we live in a day and age where, sometimes earthly riches, become our God, and they blind us to everything that's going on. And so my question to you that I want to talk about is, like, why do you think people seek to accumulate treasure on earth? Like, what are some reasons that they would do that?
This is I don't know these people personally.
Yeah.
But there was a time a few years ago where football was booming in China, and all the big players were like flooding over there just for big contracts.
Oh.
You can't win anything decent. It's the standard's not very good, but the pay was really high.
Oh, so
There was at some point the world's most best paid players were like playing in China,
oh,
right?
okay, that's so
So
random.
like they're foregoing all the sporting honors for a big payday,
Oh.
and a lot of them were like, yeah, I'm getting paid a lot. I'm securing the future of my family, so that when I retire in maybe 4 or 5 years time, we never have to work again.
Oh,
So like security,
yeah.
I think that's usually the main thing.
and it's like not just for yourself, but like for your kids. Your grandkids.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's like kind of like also like, oh, you're playing, not playing for nothing versus, I mean, like the, whatchamacallit, not nothing, but more of like the status in terms of like, oh, I played like a really good game versus I'm doing this so that I can get money.
Yeah.
It's like the balance of like, of that. I mean, I get it.
There are parallels to like whatever profession or whatever world you live in.
Yeah.
Like, you can always do stuff for money,
Yeah.
right? And I think a lot of people do it because of security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think another one would be like living in comfort. Like that's one of the things as well. Like even for me, like I'm I'm being honest that like you want to always have the best for your kids and stuff like that. But sometimes you also have to think in a way like, is it too much? Like, am I giving them too much?
Oh.
That maybe on the verge of spoiling them and stuff like that. But even though it's in the good intention, you always kind of like think, I want to give what's best for them.
Yeah.
But so I think in a way, comfort is one of the things that people would pursue.
Yeah, because I mean, I also know like people who accumulate like things just to show off, like, I have the latest Chanel bag, or look at my Rolex.
Kind of like recognition.
Yeah, something like that. Like, and it's like what's the point, Like, I think there was this one person, it's not like someone I know directly, but, sometimes like his like Facebook photos would just be of him and like all these Christmas presents, or like things, and it's like,
Yeah, we all have a friend like that.
yeah, it's
I
just
think.
like, okay, cool story, bro. Like, we need to see you and all the items that you receive for Christmas, So, like, I don't know when people have conversation about, I got the latest like this, I got the latest that, I'm like, I don't have money for that, But yeah, it's just really interesting.
But conversely, we have a family friend he's very well off, right? And he's made his money in property. So much so that like he can go to a city like in Florida, see a for sale sign,
and then just
buy like condos, flats, and then rent them out, and then he makes more money.
Wow, that's
But
crazy.
when I was talking to him, like maybe in January, he was saying he makes the money so that like he can give back to people who cannot like afford it, right? So whatever he accumulates now, when he dies, he's just going to give it to charity.
Wow.
Right? So he doesn't have to do this. He's rich enough as it is. He could coast for the rest of his life. But he still insists on making money the way he knows how, which is buying property and you know selling it and making more money and then giving it away when his life is over.
See, that's a good accumulation.
Yeah, that's what Pastor Ed is. It's about the heart, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like what your friend is doing is, yeah, he's definitely trying to invest, but at the same time, I think he's investing for the future of those who are in need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's really good. And yeah, so people have different reasons for accumulating. You know, some accumulating to bless other people, some accumulating to show up like status, some accumulating for security. But at the end of the day, earthly treasures, like what Pastor Ed said, are temporary. And if we're in a position of like loving it, it makes us blind spiritually. It can make us blind to greed. Hence, like all the like corruption and stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Right, and that's true. You know, people tend to make choices based on monetary reasons.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, I mean, we have to be practical, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm, you know, earning only so much, I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and buy like, you know, a $5 billion house. That's just ridiculous. So, you know, we got be smart in the way we store our finances as well. And actually, like, what I thought was really interesting was how, like, you know, when we think about treasures in heaven, we think about like, oh, doing good works, you know, and stuff like that. But what I loved, what Pastor Ed said, was that treasures in heaven was not only just that. There was other ways to lay up treasures. Is to live a life for Jesus, to live a Jesus-centered life. Basically, how we live our life, how we treat people, you know, live for Jesus. That is laying up treasures in heaven. So, actually, my next question to you guys would be like, yes, what does it, you know, look like for you to treasure Jesus, you know, to live your life for Jesus? I mean, I'm just reminded of just that, you know, the two things that Jesus said: love God, and love your neighbors, you love yourself.
Yeah.
And I think if I pursue a relationship with Him and put Him first in all that I do, put Him the center of it, I think that's how it looks like to live my life with Jesus, to treasure Him.
Yeah.
That's good. I think for me is reminding myself of living a life Christ-like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Not only like, because you know, one thing that I was, when you were asking the question, the first thing that I was thinking of is like what we do on a Sunday, like serving, ministering and stuff like that. I mean, that's part of it, of course, but thinking also like, okay, what else? I mean, like doing things according to God's will on a regular basis when you're at home, actually spending time with Jesus.
Yeah.
And finding a time, a place of worship.
Like putting Him first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I really appreciate in what Pastor Ed was the sermon was the fact that among all of the treasures and the possessions that we're trying to kind of not possessions, sorry, the treasures and the things that we consider precious, Jesus is the only one that reciprocates that. Like among all the treasures that we've been trying to achieve and trying to chase, none of them reciprocates. If you're chasing for money, it's not
gonna pay. Like it's gonna be temporary. It's like, oh yeah, you get.
It's not gonna love you.
Money's not gonna love you back.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what Jesus did, and Jesus did that
point.
even before we consider Him a treasure.
Yeah.
In our lives. So that's one thing that I really am really touched with this sermon.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Nathan?
Yeah, like I just said, just putting Him first.
Yeah.
Especially when it's difficult, like just living a life centered around Him and what He would do. Pastor Ed said things like loving your enemies and like praying and worshiping with the right motives and stuff. Like all that stuff, like when you read it or hear it, you think, that's really difficult. But I think that's the point,
Yeah.
right? Like like something or someone like Jesus is not valuable
Yeah.
because pursuing him is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
So
that's true.
Wow.
Like when you ask, like, oh, Lord, grow me in patience, it's not like, "Zunk," you know, he grows patience in you. He was like, okay,
Yeah.
puts people in your life to
test you.
to test you, to grow your patience. I mean, there have been times I'm like, Jesus, why is it so hard? He's like, well, I mean, you did ask to grow in patience, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just all boils down to, I mean, that's the core question, right? Like, you know, do we treasure Jesus?
Yeah.
You know, do we live our lives for him? Like, what is the most precious to us, right? And basically, at the center of everyone's soul, like what he said, there's a void that needs to be filled by something precious.
Yeah.
And so, I know in the season with the pandemic, like, you know, there are different things that could be driving us.
Yeah.
So, what do you find that's driving you these days?
Survival.
Yeah, exactly. That's I was actually thinking that survival.
Yeah.
Don't get
Actually,
COVID.
same.
Let's just
Same
get
for
to
me.
the end of this.
Yeah. The thing is though, like if we just think like we're just driven by survival, we're just gonna be like this.
Yeah.
You know, we're not necessarily gonna try to go for more.
Mm.
You get what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we're just like trying to survive, it's just like we just take it as it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's true. Like survival is,
Yeah.
you know, has been a focus and it has been like sort of like a drive. You
Yeah,
know?
my own survival and like everyone else I care about. If everyone gets to the end of this in one piece, then
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah. And it's so easy to be driven by fear, right? Because we
Yes.
see cases is like going like in the 4 digits now, which is insane.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, you don't want to be driven by fear. We don't want to be controlled by fear. We want to be like, you know, put Jesus at the center and know that there is no safer place than to be in the center of the will of God.
Amen.
So, yeah, as we wrap up, I just want to say, like, you know, Pastor wrapped up talking about Paul placing his heart in Christ. So as an encouragement for all of us here is to, you know, no matter what we face, you know, no matter how circumstances tells us it's easy to be driven, you know, by fear, you know, by facts or whatever it is, to continue to put Jesus at the center of it all, to let him be the driving factor, and to know that at the end of the day, like, you know, we've been given so much. Let's, you know, use it to bless other people. And also, I know it's like kind of like cheese to say, but you are the treasure of Jesus. Jesus treasures you so much.
Oh well, thank you.
You too.
Yeah.
You too.
I know.
And you too, Dominic.
Yes.
Yeah, you too, Dom.
So yeah. So
And you too.
yeah, you too.
All of you.
All of you. And so know that his eye is always on you. And yeah, so don't worry about, you know, what's going on. Let's just continue to trust Jesus and put him first.
Amen.
On that note, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.